Hello coin collectors out there, welcome back to the Big D Coins channel. Hopefully everyone is having a great day as always. In today's video we are going to be looking at these three Lincoln pennies that we see in front of you right here. We've got the 1942, this one right here, 1943, and 1944 wheat pennies. Now the one in the middle is extra special. That is the zinc coated steel penny that was made just in the year 1943, and the mintages on that are high enough that you could actually find one in circulation. However, they stopped making them after 1943 because of the effect that you see right here with the oxidization of this coin. So we'll talk a lot about that coin, but first let's start with this one right here, the 1942. We'll talk about the mintages, the value, and any specific era coins associated with these 3 years. So in the year 1942, with a no mint mark penny indicating that it was made at the Philadelphia Mint. The mint mark would appear right here if there was one. There were 657,796,000 of these coins that were made. A lot of people like the reverse design on the back right here. This is not the Lincoln Memorial that we see on the regular kind of modern coins. This is the wheat ears reverse that was made from 1909 up until 1958. And what you see on the reverse side right here are two wheat ears surrounded by the lettering. So you've got the wheat ears going along the right side and the left side, and then you've got the lettering on the reverse right here. And what you see for lettering is E pluribus unum, 1 cent, and then United States of America. E pluribus unum translates to out of many, one. The engraver for these coins is Victor David Brennan. That's special because in the year 1909, he actually designed a coin and had his initials on the reverse side of the coin that were rather large. And that coin has the lowest mintage out of all of them, the 1909 SVDB cent. There were only 484,000 of those coins that were made, and then they cut off production because they felt like he was advertising his work too much by having his initials so large on the reverse side. But that's the 1909, and we got to get back to this 1942 right here. As far as the value of this coin goes, this one is in pretty rough shape, so it's not going to be worth much more than face value. I mean, maybe you'll be able to get 15 cents for it if you could sell kind of a bunch of them in bulk at 15 cents each. That'd probably give you kind of a decent deal. But as far as the more valuable, highly graded coins, for a Mint State 60, this coin will be worth $1. For Mint State 63, this coin is going to be worth $2. At a PF 63, that coin, this 1942, is going to be worth $35. All right, now let's move on to the special coin, this one right here. I'll adjust the camera. This is the 1943. Now, due to the copper shortage during the critical war year of 1943, the Treasury used zinc-coated steel to make these cents. Although no bronze cents were officially issued that year, a few specimens struck in error on the bronze or silver planchets are known to exist. Bronze examples have sold for $200,000 in recent years. Through a similar error, a few 1944 cents were struck on the steel planchets. So 1943 should be the only year that you have a steel planchet. If you've got a 1944 that has a steel planchet, that is going to be worth a lot of money. Likewise, if you have a 1943 bronze cent, that is going to be worth a lot of money as well. So keep your eye out to make sure that this steel-plated coin that you have, this zinc coated steel coin that you have is the proper year, because you might have hit the jackpot if it is not. All right, so it's got the same reverse design to it that we looked at earlier, so not too much time to spend on this right here. All right, and flip it back to this side. Now, as far as the mintages go for the 1943 steel-plated coin, their mintages were as follows. For 684 million were made at the Philadelphia Mint, and then 217 million at the Denver Mint, and 191 million at the San Francisco Mint. So the mintages are pretty consistent with the prior year. They just switched up the metal content on this. Now, as far as the value go for the 1943, At a mint state 63, these are going to be worth $8. At a mint state 65, these are going to be worth $2,000. So mint state 65 for the 1943 is going to be worth $2,000. That is a lot more than what we were looking at earlier for the 1943. All right, on to the final coin in the series, the 1944. The mintages on the 1944 are actually the highest mintage coin out of all of the Lincoln wheat year reverse coins. There were 1,435,400,000 of these coins that were made. So if you're picking through your wheat year coins, you might have one of these coins in front of you right here. Now it's got the same design on it. Now, as you would expect, because of the really high mintage, the value of these coins are not very high. A lot of people have them in their collections. At a very fine 20, which this is probably much, much lower than that, it will be worth 10 cents. Then a EF40 will be worth 20 cents. A AU50 will be worth 35 cents. And a mint state 63 is going to be worth just $1. So mint state condition coins for the year 1944, because they are so common, are still just selling for $1. All right, those are the mintages and the values. Now let's talk about a couple of different era coins associated with the 1942, 1943, and 1944 pennies. So on the 1942 Lincoln cent, there is a known double die obverse. So this variety exhibits a strong spread south on the 1 and the 9 of the date. So check out the 1 and the 9 of the date. If you see some doubling on the south side of it right there, as well as Lincoln's tie, eye, nose, and top of the head. This variety has been known for some time, but is exceptionally difficult to obtain and is eagerly sought after. Now, a mint state 60 version of these, the 1942 Double Die Obverse, those will go for $70. So some very valuable 1942 Double Die Obverse. For the 1943, there's blurring the steel cent back in right here. For the 1943, there's a Double Die Obverse, and these era coins are coming to you from the Cherry Picker's Guide to Rare Die Varieties of the United States Coins. This is the 6th edition, Volume 1, which has the pennies in it. So in 1943, the Double Die Obverse, the point of focus for that is on date and liberty, and there is doubling is evident in extremely thick letters on liberty. So right here, in God we trust, in very thick digits on the date. So I don't think I have any doubling here or very specific thick digits on the date right here. Now is 1944. Looks like there aren't any known errors for the 1944 Philadelphia Mint coin, so we won't go into the 1944 D era coins, which there are plenty. All right, everyone, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Best of luck coin collecting out there. Hopefully you've got one of these 3 coins in your collection. If not, try and add it to it. Thanks, everyone. Enjoy and best of luck coin collecting out there.